Bato Amudimu. Wagwan mi boss. I see you, my people. Okay, so we're gonna go very quickly across Africa, see what's happening very, very quickly. So first we're gonna touch up on Cameroon, a shithole country in Africa. Cameroon, right here on the map. Yes, it's a shithole country. The president is 92 years old. He's been in power for 43 years. 92 years old president has been in power for 43 years. That's a shithole country. Okay? You're getting triggered? Well, I don't care. I'm sorry. Okay, let's go through it. Now, Cameroon just had an election a couple of days ago, and something interesting happened. Among the election electorate candidate, Issa Chiroma Bakari, a prominent opposition figure, is unilaterally declared victory. So an opposition guy say he's won the election. Okay, he's announcing the president. He's urging the president, the 92-year-old person, to concede, even though the official results have not been released yet. Think about it. You've had an election, and many people were part of the election, including the 92-year-old, 93 years old president who's been in power for 43 years.
Despite the difficulties of everyday life, despite the false omens, the slanders, the delusions. Yes, dear friends, you have remained faithful to the institutions since my accession to the supreme magistracy. You have remained rock solid in your commitment to me.
And one of the opposition leaders already tells people that he won the election. He made a video about it and tell the president to concede to the loss. Like, where do you see such thing? Have you seen this type of things in respectable countries? You don't see that. It's all in shithole countries you stuff like that. I mean, why? Because the guy needs to prepare you already because they've lost so many times. They know they're going to lose to you anyway. So the best way to multiply the chances of you perhaps conceding is by them telling you we won. You know, according to our counting system, you know, following up system, we see that we won. So Chiroma claims on Tuesday that he came ahead of the official result, which the election body ILECAM is expected to announce on October 26th. So ILECAM is the election of Cameroon. Is expected to release the official results on October 26th. But already on the 14th, this guy is telling everybody that he won the election. Interesting. He said, the people have chosen and this choice must be respected. We ask the regime in place to prove its greatness. That's gaslighting, isn't it? To prove its greatness and to honor the truth of the ballot.
I will say it with gravity and simplicity. The people have chosen, and this choice must be respected. I call on all institutions, all administrative authorities, all officials, not to become enemies of the people they are supposed to serve. The time of fear, manipulation, and false calculations is over. The only side that matters today is that of Cameroon. I first want to thank the Cameroonian people. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for believing in us. Thank you for believing in change. Thank you to all those who voted, to all those who protected their vote. You are the true heroes of this victory. My gratitude also goes to all the men, to all the women who led this fight before me. Without your work, we would not be here. For that, I thank you.
Fellas, Africa is a very, very sad place sometimes. When it comes to election, it's very sad because elections are never really transparent. You know, except a few countries, 1 or 2 or 3 countries where the election is actually really the election result. In most African countries, when somebody gets into power, his family get involved, his cousins, you know, his childhood friends, nephews, and everybody. They all want a piece of the cake. So when you win the election, they say God gave you the power. So you don't have to give the power back to anybody else. You can run the country forever until you die, provided they eat. So that's the reality. That's Cameroon for you right now. Now, the government has responded to that. The government has ruled that only the Constitutional Council can proclaim the winner, that any unilateral publication of results will constitute a high treason.
Those individuals who attempt to announce the premature results of the presidential election or to declare themselves the undisputed winner in violation of the established laws and constitutional provisions of the Republic will have crossed a critical and inviolable red line, and should, without any doubt, expect severe and immediate retaliatory measures entirely commensurate with the gravity and profound seriousness of such a truly egregious offense.
The government tells the guy, be careful because you're going to be sent to jail for high treason.
This attempt to try and pre-program falsified results through this platform we've just discovered is a red line that must not be crossed. And I'm telling those people to remember this well, that in Cameroon, it's the one country where, and I mean this, the ground is slippery even in the dry season.
Only the constitutional body can declare who the winner is. Again, Biya, this man right here, has been in power for 92 years. Who want to stay in power for 92 years? Like, the man can barely speak anymore. Like, look at him again in this room here. He's very confused, asking, who is in the room? Are there important people in here? Do I have to speak?
Totally unaware of what is happening around him. He does not even know his aides keep explaining what he needs to do and telling him how important the event is. And he does not even know. He just keeps fiddling with the paper in front of him and passing the gas. This is the sad reality of the kind of presidents that we have running.
Yeah, I mean, like, give the man a break. The man is tired. Let him have a good life, you know. Stop being greedy. It's not him, Biya. I don't think it's Biya. I don't think he wants to stay in power. I actually think he want to go to the sunset of life and just be happy. I know, I mean, the man won't do anything with his thing, but, you know, he can use this at least. You know what I'm saying? Leave the man alone. Give him a break. You know, all these people around Mr. Biya trying to get into power, because that's how it functions. It's not always the president. It's usually the people around the president that want to stay in power, because if the opposition takes the power, then what? Their career is over. Biya may be 92 years old, but people around him are not all 92 years old. They want to keep the power within themselves. Well, this is not the first time that an opposition leader claims victory before the official announcement. Has it been successful? Let's check in the past. Who has done such thing and what happened? There was another man back in time. His name is Maurice Kamto. Okay, this man right here from Cameroon, 2018 election. Kamto, leader of the MRC party, declared himself winner one day after the vote ahead of the official result. It looks like it's a thing that Cameroonians like to do, right? You know, a day after the election, they say, I'm the winner, pick me, I'm the winner. Well, Kamto say he was a winner.
I have received a clear mandate from the Cameroonian people, which I intend to defend firmly until the end. I call on the outgoing President of the Republic to organize the conditions for a peaceful transfer of power.
Well, unfortunately, later he did not win the election because he was arrested and his supporters faced tear gas and mass detention during the process. So in Cameroon, you don't play, okay? If you talk about the government funny or sideways, my brother, they're going to beat you up bad. In Cameroon, they beat up even advocates and magistrate. No, not magistrate, but civil lawyers, you know. Lawyers get beat up. So I don't know if that's a law less or not. Anyway, you let me know how you feel about that. In the DRC, this country right here, second biggest country in Africa, you know, Democratic Republic of Congo. Just keep in mind that any country in Africa, when you hear the name democratic, it's usually not democratic at all. It's a country that goes through mayhem and suffering and difficulties. Unbelievable. This man right here, his name is Martin Fayulu. In 2018, Martin Fayulu rejected the official result that named Felix Tshisekedi as a winner. Tshisekedi was the winner, and Fayulu say he was the winner, and he claimed the victory and filed petition in the constitutional court, but was dismissed.
No one has the right to steal victory from the Congolese people. Do you accept that your victory be stolen? No one has enough breath nor strength to steal your victory, the victory of the Congolese people.
Martin Fayulu got 61.5%. The one who followed Fayulu is Felix Tshisekedi with 18.86%. And the one who is at the bottom of the list is Ramazani Shadari, who comes with 18.49%.
So many people feel like Fayulu had won the elections and, corruption, that's what people think. So Tshisekedi may have won the election. Anyway, so does it work? It clearly doesn't work. Claiming that you won the election doesn't work in Africa at all. Okay, let's go to Kenya. Yes, Kenya. Beautiful place, lovely people, amazing place. If you've never been to Africa, I suggest you go visit Kenya. You're going to have a good time. Oh, matter of fact, there's a lot of Americans, African Americans going to Kenya. What do they call them? The passport bros or something? I read some crazy story about the passport bros, man. Crazy stuff like Kenyans being very angry at them for using women and stuff like that. I mean, my brother, my African American brothers, okay? We all the love in the world. You know, you're always welcome to Africa. But wherever you go in life, and this is valid for everybody, you got to be respectful, you know? You got to respect the culture. It's very, very important because that can change the way you are perceived very quickly. And then you feel like people are being xenophobe or they don't like you. I mean, there have been a lot of reports and I can't confirm yet. I've just seen a few stuff online, some documentation and videos of people complaining about certain African Americans, not all of them, of misusing, that niceness there. Look, African Americans are usually very much lacked in Africa. You know, you get priorities in many things. Just your accent is a passport to many things. A passport to kindness from the police. A passport to kindness from the ladies. You know, so apparently there was a guy that's been filming women while doing, you know, like and it's outraged a lot of people. Like he was trying to film a very intimate moment with, like, why would you do that? And also things that you say online is very, very necessary. You know, you may be thinking you're talking to your friends in America, but Africans are watching you when you talk about their country. The way you talk about, I mean, you may not like everything you see, but when you see things you don't like, be very careful of how you speak about it. I'm not saying you shouldn't say negative things. You can say it on the phone when nobody's listening to you. Don't do it on camera because it's not going to be very nice. It's the same way if somebody goes to America and start talking sad ways about African American community, he won't be liked very much. So be very, very careful. Anyway, we are in Kenya. Something drastic happened in Kenya, fellas. Unfortunately, with all due respect, Kenya has declared a period of national mourning following the death of a veteran opposition leader and former Prime Minister Raila Odinga. This man right here has been very helpful to the Kenyan revolution, if you want to call it that way. Is there any revolution in Kenya? He's been a great figure of opposition. Raila Odinga was a central figure in Kenya opposition politics. He's been running, you know, for presidency attempt 5 times, and he missed all 5 times. So apparently for 4 decades, the man has been but he's never really won. It must be very sad, you know, you've been trying to be president for like 40 years and nothing happens, and you die. That's just crazy, man. Anyway, may his soul rest in peace, you know, for all the good things he's done. May his soul rest in peace. And we're going to Madagascar again. Madagascar on the map, beautiful place, lovely people, great culture, good diversity. So people in Madagascar are not all dark skinned like myself, okay? Some are lighter skin because it's a mixture of a lot of people coming from all over the place. And Madagascar, unfortunately, no, it's not the cartoons that you watch on TV. That's not Madagascar. No, Madagascar is this place right here. You can see on the map. Now, Madagascar has been excluded and suspended from the African Union. The African Union is the organization that unites all African countries where they can discuss like brothers, you know, and move forward. They have suspended Madagascar. Why have they suspended Madagascar? Because Madagascar has just gone through a coup d'etat. How? Well, the president, this man right here, a good-looking man, was ousted from power. Why? Because the people went in the street, they were unhappy. People went walking, they said enough is enough. Youngsters, youth, Generation Z, very dangerous people. They put pressure on the president because things were not functioning appropriately. Like what? There was no water running in Robinet and no electricity in many houses. The majority of the people in Madagascar was in the dark, or at least getting electricity like 4 hours a day. That's bad. In the meantime, the capacity of the electricity that was available was distributed to the higher life people, politicians, senate people, and stuff. So corruption. Why did they get to that position? Because of mismanagement. You know, when you build a central plant of electricity, you do it for the population. Let's say the population, when the central was built, was 1,000 people. Oh, you made babies here, left, right, centers. Now you have 20,000 babies, not counting the baby mamas, to be served electricity. You can't use the same plant you used when you only had 1,000 people. You need to upgrade. Unfortunately, most African people don't upgrade. And sometimes when they put the money aside for the future upgrade, they use that money for their personal purposes. Yes, president and their secretaries and they whatever, they use that money. They buy houses, villas, yachts, marry 7 wives and stuff like that. Now, when shit hit the fans and you need that money to build things that are actually, you don't have the money. So people were angry. They say, we cannot do this anymore. We've had enough of the president. 16 years, he's done absolutely nothing. Well, the president trying to boo and do some funny things and gaslight people, it didn't work. So the army joined the people. Before the army joined the people, they gave them an order to shoot the people. The army refused to shoot the people of Madagascar. Congratulations. In most African countries, army shoot people. Yeah. I'm always going to tell you the truth, my brother. I know you're from America and you probably want to know the truth, and that's saddened your heart. Well, I'm here to sadden your heart some more. In African countries that are shithole countries, when the politician give an order for the army to shoot the people, they shoot the people. Sad. Well, Madagascar said, no, we ain't shooting nobody. Y'all are leaving. So the president got a flight from the French military airplane came and picked him up and took him to France because he has a double nationality. He got 2 citizenship, France and Madagascar. And you're asking yourself a question, how come a president's got 2 nationalities? Shouldn't that be banned or something? I would agree. Anyway, that's what it is. So Madagascar has been suspended from the African Union. They will not participate. Well, this is not the first time. It has happened in the past with the same president, Rajoelina. I just killed his name. Andry Rajoelina. I killed his name again. So back in time in 2009, he also came into power by force, forcing the previous president out because the previous president was accused of mismanagement, authoritarian government and stuff like that. He came into power bringing a fresh of breath. And when he came into power by force, Madagascar was suspended by the African Union. Madagascar only came back, was admitted again in 2014 when they went to elections. Well, now it has been suspended again. You know how you feel about this? You know, like we said it earlier, in the beginning, it was this Issa Chiroma Bakari from Cameroon who said he won the election against the 93-year-old Cameroonian president. The man just want to go to retirement. Leave him alone. My question is, will this work this time? You know, by him saying that he won the election. Number 2, as we can see, Kenya, a prominent figure in Kenya is gone. Whatever, may his soul rest in peace. In Madagascar has been suspended from the African Union. Is this going to do something positive? Are the coup d'etats over? Or it's going to be a succession of coup d'etat? God bless.